Ayan, just like what I've mentioned a while ago, so let's take a look at this example. No, meron tayong example dito. Most common items sold by store location. So meron tayo dito different ideas na according to month. So the month of August, ang pinakamataas ay yung notepad, no? So followed by itong color pink natin is being represented by envelope. So that yun yung sinasabi natin dito. Let's say for example, let's put it as another example. In the different months, so kunin pa rin natin ito. Halimbawa, August, September, October. Kunin na lang natin by ano na lang pala siya, by month. Halimbawa, so August, unang nating graph dito, September, October, November, December, and then January. So beginning August, halimbawa na lang highest or sino ba yung pinaka malaki na or sino yung which car brand yung pinakamataas yung sales during the month of August. So let's try to compare halimbawa how many brands ba dito. Halimbawa meron tayong Honda, meron tayong Toyota, meron tayong Ford, meron tayong ano pa ba, Mitsubishi, meron tayong ano pa ba yung mga brands niyo or name it. So let's say for example ganyan. So meron tayong iba't ibang brands. So let's say for example so for the month of August comparing those 5 car brands, in the month of August ang pinakamalaking sales sa kanila ay si Toyota. Tapos pangalawa si Toyota pa rin. Let's say for example lang, in the month of August, September, October. In the month of October naman, so let's say for example, mas tumaas si Ford. Tapos next month si Mitsubishi. So that is how you represent ideas or that is how you represent data kapag gumagamit tayo ng column bar. We are trying to compare quantities of a similar ano po siya, of similar classification. So pwede rin siyang ito kasi is vertical, pwede rin siyang horizontal naman. So pahaba naman siya or pahiga naman. So yan po yung purpose ng column bar. Okay? Line graph naman, it is used to show progress or development. It may be single line or multiple lines. So pag line graph kasi ginagamit natin dito when we speak of time. So meron changes, no? Multiple changes na nangyayari from a short period of time such as this one. Halimbawa, ayan, Sunday, Monday, so medyo mahikli lang. So very daily natin siya ginagawa. So 25, tapos Monday bumaba siya, tapos umakyat na naman sa 25, bumaba. So that is how you represent data kapag gumagamit tayo ng line graph. Another example, if is take a look at your Meralco bill. Kung meron kayong Meralco bill dyan, so meron din changes dyan, tataas bababa, but this one is represented by a bar graph. Pero mas effective kasi na ginagamit natin siya ng line graph. Ano pa sir? Heartbeat. So yan, let's say for example, heartbeat from this time no 8 a.m. Ang heartbeat mo is 98 BPM. Tapos sa 11 a.m. medyo active ka, umakyat siya sa 120 BPM. So things like that. So that is how you represent ideas or information or data okay using a line graph. So kapag gagamit po tayo ng line graph kapag ang hinahanap natin ay ano po, data that could ano po, change from a short period of time. So yun po yung purpose ng ating pong line graph. Okay, next one is a surface graph. Is used to show proportions and quantities. It may be a single surface or multiple surface. Ayan po yung sa sir, no, proportion and quantities ng isang surface. So very evident to, ginagamit siya sa mga science subjects. Ayan, to represent yung land surface, ayan, so floor area, so yun po yung sinasabi natin with this one, okay? Next, map chart, ito medyo madali lang rin siya, it is used to show geographical data and how things are put together or simply a map, ayan, so makikita nyo siya dyan, no? So, let's say si restaurant, bagong bukas na restaurant or bagong bukas na kainan, gusto niya ipakita sa kanyang mga audience or gusto niya i-post online, saan ba located yung kanyang kainan or saan ba located yung school, so pwede natin siyang gamitan ng isang map chart. So, yun po yung purpose niyan. So, to identify a specific location kung saan nakalocate ang isang establishment or isang lugar. Okay? Next is yung figure graph natin na tinatawag. It used to present quantities in the form of figures. So, basically, pinapresent natin dito is frequency, numbers, or anything that in relation to numbers. Pero gagamit tayo ngayon ng figures such as this one. So, ayan po yung sinasabi natin with this one. So, how our numbers are being related to each other. So, ang example niyan is yung prime factorization sa math ninyo. So, ayan po yung isang example ng ating pong figure graph. Okay? Used to, pag photograph naman, ito, medyo, a photograph pala is an example of a visual and a graphic aid. No? It is used to show how things look like. So, basically, to give the readers or to give your audience, okay, the actual look, no, kung ano ba talaga yung itsura ng information na hinahanap natin, so we can make use of a photograph because this is a ang tawag po dito, this is a second-hand data or second-hand information, pero po somehow is actual, no, kung ano pa yung itsura niya in person. So yun pa rin yung makikita natin with a photograph. Okay? Organizational chart. So very familiar tayo dito if you're if you're familiar with this, no, kapag nakikita niyo siya sa school, ayan, it used to present the lines of responsibility and accountability on organization. So, subordination as well. So, sino ba yung pinaka-head ng school? Sa principal, followed by academic heads. Ayan, so yung sasabi natin, department heads, and then sa baba is yung mga teachers natin. O, let's say, for example, si boss, ayan, si vice president for public affairs, vice president for administration, etc., etc., hanggang bumaba tayo sa mga uh, administrative staff, sa mga utility natin. So, yun po yung sinasabi natin with organizational chart. So, it tries to present um, things, no, according to subordination. And then, next one is yung according to table naman po. Ayan, medyo madali naman ito. So, table, ginagamit natin to present a large body of numerical or other data. It may be informal, lacking some items found in the formal table or formal, okay? Ayan. Consisting of headings, subheadings, legend, it is usually in grid form. So, ayan, alam naman natin gumamit ng isang table. So, gagamit tayo dito kapag marami tayong information na gustong ilagay or marami tayong gustong information na i-represent, so we can make use of a table. So one good example of this one is yung table of ano po siya, say multiplication table. So that's an example of it. So from 1 to 9 or 1 to 10, 1 to 20. So yan yung isang example po ng table na visual graphic na visual aid na table. Okay, next is a schematic diagram used to show how things work or is organized. So para ito yung sa ayan, so para siyang ganyan, no. So how they are related with each other. So another example niyan is yung for floor plan naman. So sa bahay, let's say for example, yan, yung mga blueprint ng bahay, blueprint ng building. So those are example of your schematic diagram. Okay? Ayan, so flow chart. So ito naman, it talks of your cycle naman. It uses to show chronology of events. So yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga events, no, in a narrative or stages in process, such as this one. Or one primary example of this one is yung life cycle ng isang butterfly. So bibigyan siya with the first step, yung parang umiikot. So una, yung may arrow dito hanggang maka-arrive siya with sa butterfly. So ano pa yung example po niya? So life cycle din ng isang frog, no? So magsisimula siya sa from this area, and then may arrow hanggang makapag-arrive siya sa last stage niya ng pagiging frog. So, yun po yung isang example ng flow chart. It is being used to show chronology of events or yung life cycle po na tinatawag natin. Okay? Next one is yung tree chart used to present clarification or an analysis. So, similar with an organizational chart naman ito, pero kasi an organizational chart, we are using that when we are talking of persons or individuals. So, dito naman, tree chart, it could be or it could discuss or it could be used to kapag mag-discuss tayo or magka-present tayo ng ideas na non-living things. So, but basically, similar lang naman din sila ng function, subordination of ideas, starting with the biggest ideas until mag-arrive ka sa mga pinakamaliliit sa pinakababa po natin. Okay? Drawing. So, used to show details that available in photographs. So, it's similar with the photograph, no, of what a photograph is. But this one naman, if hindi available yung photograph natin or somehow is meron tayong gustong i-label na part, so we can make use of a drawing. So alam naman natin ito sa mga exams, no. Let's say for example, parts of a microscope. So dito may arrow na nakatapat to identify what parts of a microscope it is, and dito this time parts of a machine. So this is an example of a visual or graphic aid that tinatawag po natin na drawing. So those are different a representation of ideas, no, different example of visual and graphic aid that we can make use, okay, to interpret the data that we have gathered doon po sa data gathering procedure natin na ginawa. So always remember lang yung mga guidelines na diniscuss din po natin. So what is this purpose, no? Siniserve niya ba yung purpose? Appropriate ba siya sa data na nakuha mo? So yun yung mga bagay na i-consider natin in choosing the best graphic aid to use in the data interpretation. Okay? So that is the end of our discussion. So hopefully matandaan natin siya, so because we can make use of that or we can maximize or utilize yung paggamit po ng mga yan, yung mga natutunan natin today kapag magpa-present na tayo ng data na nakuha natin sa experimentation or data gathering procedure natin. So once again, this is Sir Brian. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll just see you guys in the next installment of our pre-recorded video lecture. Thank you guys for attending and have a nice day.